We're finally back.
Finally.
It's been like 2 months since we podcasted.
Before the 4th.
Yeah. But, you know, it's summertime and there's just a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff to do. Things outside. And,
summertime fun.
but we've been working on stuff. Got a lot to show. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
At least we have stuff to show.
At
least we haven't been
I have a little.
MIA and then have nothing to show.
You have got a lot to show.
Yeah, you have stuff too.
Yeah.
You just have bigger projects that you're working on. I did small things. Small, fast things. So.
Yep.
Okay, I don't think I've shown any of my stuff except for one sweater a long time ago. One whip. 2 whips. I don't think I've shown any of my other stuff yet at all. It's all brand new stuff.
Not any one sock.
I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 FOs and 2 whips that I haven't shown in a long time, and 3 whips. My 3rd whip is a brand new one that I just started last night.
Wow.
I've been working on stuff.
It's pretty.
You've seen those?
I forgot about them.
Oh. Well, they're very well worn. They're actually, like, I just wore them last night, so they're actually currently dirty. I've worn them like 20 times since I made them, these socks, so. Anyway, okay.
All right, here we are.
What should we start with? FOs?
That's what we usually start with.
Okay, I'll go first.
You go ahead.
Okay, so I made a pair. You have those sock blockers? Can I borrow them to show these? I made these shorty socks out of scraps. Sure. And I have been wearing them to bed and around the house like nonstop for the last 2 months. So they're already like starting to get worn looking and pilly. But I just couldn't like not wear them. I couldn't hold out. Because, you know, I finished them like shortly after we podcasted last time. So I knew it was going to be a while before I podcasted again. And I wanted to wear them. So they're just vanilla. And the ribbing at the top is half twisted. What's it? Just twisted rib? Half twisted rib. Yeah. So it's like every other row is a regular knit 2 purl 2. And then the other ones are knit through the back loop purl 2. And then I just, I've made this stripe pattern before, and I think it looks really cute on. So I just did the same thing as I did before. And the yarn, the purple yarn was just bought from Joann Fabrics. Just they've got a new line of like hand-dyed, I mean, it says they're hand-dyed yarn. And I can't remember the colorway name, but the green is Wonderland Yarns. And I made a pair of Obata socks with it last year, and I don't remember the colorway name either. But yeah, just some scrap yarn that I already had, and I just made a little pair of shorties with just a standard heel flap and gusset. And I did Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears. I did her umbrella toe. That's my favorite toe to use so far that I've used. Haven't done that many different ones, but anyway, yeah, these are great. I love them, and I wear them all the time. So there's one pair. And I don't think I had even started those last time, so I don't think anybody has seen those. Okay, the second pair of socks that I made are the Moss Eccles socks, and these are Kay Jones again, from the Bakery Bears. And I used the yarn is it's this brand. I don't remember the name of the color, but it's from Joann Fabrics, Knit and Crochet brand. And they have different ones that some of them don't have nylon in them. Some of them are just wool, some of them are cotton. So you kind of have to look when you're buying them, because they kind of, at our Joann's anyway, they kind of just like clumped them all together like they thought they were all the same yarn.
Oh, really?
But they're not.
They're all
not all
sock type yarn. They're just not.
They're all fingering weight, but they're not all nylon. Which, I don't know, maybe people don't use nylon in their socks, but I would think you'd want to. Because that's the first thing that goes is like the ball of your foot and the heel.
So
like
the
under the
nylon
heel.
Keeps them stronger?
Well, yeah, because when like the ones that I have that have developed holes, all the wool like rubs off, but the nylon's still there.
Is that right?
It's still knitted, yeah, but the wool all rubs off of it.
Oh.
But it keeps them from totally falling apart. Okay, so yeah, these are the Moss Eccles socks. Again, I don't know the colorway name. This was so enjoyable. This pattern was so fun. It's just yarn overs and knit 2 togethers and purls. Nothing hard. And it kept you going, you know, and kept you intrigued. And yeah, they're very, very feminine looking to me. I think they'll look really pretty like in the fall with boots, and they'll like stick up out of the boots, you know. I think they'll be really, really cute with that. I'm excited. I won't be wearing these just around the house. These will be saved for like outfits and going out and cute. But yeah, they've got a 1x1. I did what she said. I did the 1x1 cuff, And that is not my favorite cuff to wear. I don't think it stays up as well as my favorite is the half twisted rib 2x2. That's my favorite cuff. I think it just holds on better. But I just followed the pattern and said what she said because I figured she had a reason for her design of why she used that. But I love these socks. I would highly recommend making these if you want to try lace knitting on a sock because I thought it might be kind of annoying, but it wasn't. It was really fun. Okay, my third and final pair of socks that I made since the last podcast. Again, the Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears. These are the Drippity Drop socks. And you can see it makes like a little diamond pattern. And this yarn that I used, where'd that tag go? It was in the top of that. Okay. This is a local yarn to us. It's Indigo Guinea Fiber. And this is called Grape Pop. And this is her Finch fingering base, which has superwash, cashmere, and nylon in it.
Feels really good.
It's very, very soft.
I don't think I'd wear these around the house either.
I probably won't at first, but eventually I will. These are going to be I feel like these are going to be a nice, durable wearing sock. So here's mine. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to slam the table there.
Call you me.
I know. This one's got a little bit more of the purple in it. You see that? It looks a little bit darker than the other one.
It does.
One's a little bit more purple than the other. One's a little bit more white, but I mean, they're still the same. When I was knitting these in certain light, I was knitting these around the 4th of July. And in certain light, I would see red, white, and blue. And like right now, I see red, white, and blue. Do you see red, white, and blue?
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like on the camera really.
Red, white, and purple.
But like in certain light, it's like, oh man, that's purple as could be. But like right now, that looks red, white, and straight up blue.
And it's definitely lighter. There's 2 different balls?
No.
What to do?
No.
That's weird.
It's just funny how they look red, white, and blue. Like in certain lights. But mainly white. But I love the texture. I think the texture's so pretty. And this was an easy one. Like once I did like 2 or 3 repeats of the pattern, it was easy to memorize. And then I didn't have to keep looking at it. I could like look at what I knitted and be like, oh, okay, I know what row I'm on, you know. And I don't remember what she called for she just called for a 2x2. Well, I did the twisted because I just like it better. I think it's prettier and I don't know. I feel like it hangs onto your leg.
I think it's prettier. It looks more lacy.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just feel like it makes it tighter.
Oh.
Like it holds on better, stays up better.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Just from all the socks, you know, I haven't made that many, but that I've made, I feel like those stay up better than the other ones. And then this one had a different heel flap. It was knit differently. I can't explain it exactly, but it makes little diamond shapes and it goes with the diamond grid of the main sock pattern, of the main part of the body of the sock, I guess. And you can't see it as much just in person, but when you up close. But when I back up or when I look at it in that camera screen, I can really see the diamond.
Oh yeah, you can really see it in the camera.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously she did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember exactly how it was done. It was real simple, just a little bit different than a normal one, and it made a completely different look. And it was just as easy to do. So that's my third pair of socks. I've made 3. And then my other FOs, I just started these earlier this week. I flew through them. Where's my pattern at? I had it out once. Here we go. So I decided the girls are going to be Bluey and Bingo from that cartoon Bluey this year for Halloween. So I looked up Bluey hats on Ravelry and I found this pattern. It's called Healer Puppy Beanie by Jennifer Borchert. It might be like Borchet or something like that. But anyway, it's the same hat. You just make one with blue yarn and one with rust colored yarn. And it's Bluey and Bingo. And they're sisters. So my girls are twins, but Alice is bigger than Maggie.
Bluey's a girl?
Yeah, they're both girls. Alice is 2 or 3 inches taller than Maggie. And so Bluey is the older sister. So I asked them which one they wanted to be. In my head, I was like, well, Alice probably needs to be Bluey. But I wanted to let them pick. So I said, which one do you want to be, girls? And Maggie said, I want to be Bingo.
So I worked.
So I feel like she kind of knows that she's littler. And I just feel like she knew that she should be Bingo.
Sometimes Alice treats her like the little sister.
She'll be like, I need to go help Maggie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because she's just stronger and bigger and she's braver. Maggie's a little bit more nervous about stuff. And Alice is just like, I'll do it. I'll try it.
Yeah.
So she tries it and then Maggie's over there being scared and she'll go, I'm going to go help Maggie. That's so cute. So anyway, here's my hats. I haven't done the little tail ties on them yet. But here's my Bluey one. Oh, it turned out so cute. I love seeing it like on a camera. Or like, I don't know. It looks cute when you look at it from like a different perspective, you know? So yeah, that's Bluey. And here's Bingo.
I always want to sing. And Bingo was his name.
I just used acrylic yarn, just whatever matched the colors that I was looking for at Joann's. I probably had acrylic yarn in all these colors, honestly, but I just bought new ones. They were cheap.
Didn't want to dig out.
I didn't want to dig. I just wanted to like go home and start them that night. And
it usually happens you don't have it anyway. There's always something to still.
I know for a fact I've got a rust. That would have worked, but where is it? I don't know. I definitely would have had like beige and brown. Oh, well, actually, I did not buy any brown, black, or white because I knew I had brown, black, and white. Like but I definitely had beige somewhere, but I didn't want to find it. So anyway, Bingo and Bluey, and I just can't get over how cute they are. And I crocheted. Sorry, these are crochet. I crocheted these in a week's time, both of them.
Yeah, real fast.
I mean, the hat itself, before I did all the embellishments, took me one night each. Yeah. They were so fast to make the hat because they weren't single crochet. They're half double, so they're, I don't know, just sped right along. And I don't know what's going on back here. So see how the Bingo hat like goes to the side every time I join around?
Huh.
Like it comes down this way at first.
Yeah.
And then it goes that way. I don't have a clue. This one's straight down.
Wow. You got off somewhere.
I don't know. My stitch count was right. I don't know. But anyway, it worked. It turned out fine. So I think I'll do braided tails down here with little pom-poms at the end. So they can like tie them and stuff. But then after Halloween, obviously they can just wear. And they've already been playing with them. I can put some pictures of them wearing them here. It's real cute. But after Halloween, they can just wear them all winter for hats. Because they're real thick. By the time you put all these things on the front, I mean, it is thick. This is actually like, I stuffed this with yarn so that it would stick out. So it's just, I don't know, it's like super, super thick. These are actually like a little tube. Like you crocheted like a magic ring just over and over and over and over. And it ended up making this little tube. And you just kind of cinch it at the end. That was kind of different. I've never done that before. The ears, I did a little bit more than the pattern called for because I just felt like they would look better. The pattern just had you like make the ear and then join the like border collar and go around. But see how it makes that like jaggedy like edge? I didn't like that. I wanted them to be straight. So I did a row of slip stitches with the middle collar first, and then went around and did the rest of the outer ear. And then when you make two pieces, you make the back and you make the front, and then you put them together. Well, the pattern just says to whip stitch them together. Well, I single crocheted them together. I just felt like that made it thicker, and it's I felt like
finished. Anyway.
Well, it makes it more finished looking, in my opinion, and I felt like it would hold them up better. Like they're stiff, so they won't fall and flop around. So that's the only thing I think I did that I felt like the pattern didn't call for. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I modified anything else, really.
Looks like a mug face.
A what?
A mug face?
What's a mug face? Like a mean mug?
Yeah, kind of like I don't know, cartoons a lot of times would have those looks.
Well, they're cartoons.
I know. Well, yeah, I mean like old cartoons, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, but
I know where I got that.
Mine are slightly different looking than the pattern, but I feel like I did pretty good sewing on that's the hardest part about making these things, is sewing on the embellishments and making them actually look like the cartoon. Because you have to put them in just the right spot, or else
yeah, they won't look right.
They don't look right.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Great.
I was proud of those. I think that's it. All my FOs.
Oh.
So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have 2.
Let's see them.
Okay.
I'm proud of you for this one.
I have one more sock done. So now I have a pair. I haven't worn them or anything.
Is this your second pair of socks you've made?
Yeah, I made the Christmas ones.
Yeah, you haven't made any other ones though. Okay.
I've started several, but I've only finished 2. But they're done. They're pretty.
I've made you a pair. I was gonna say, but you have.
Yeah, you made me the watermelon ones, and then you gave me those other ones that were too little.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I am pretty proud of
myself. And you do like wearing them.
I love wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
So Like I said last time, the next
proud
ones
of
I
you,
do,
too.
I'd like to do in like better yarn, softer, washable yarn. This is not washable.
Yeah.
This is just wool.
Softer yarn and maybe you should do a pattern, like a texture.
I could.
Because it's really not hard. Like once you get used to it, usually I feel like you memorize it.
Yeah.
And then it's not hard.
I mean, if I got mixed up, because usually you have to knit a row and then do a pattern, knit a row and do a pattern.
Yeah.
So I'd have to, for a while, mark row 1, row 2.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I remember where I am, or, pattern row and plain.
Well, like that's how
rows.
I was when I did these.
Yeah.
Like for the first probably 2 inches or so, I watched the pattern. And I
Because it wasn't the old bada I tried to do, and I couldn't keep.
And the Obata is not hard. It's just, you have to memorize.
Yeah, I wasn't doing the pattern right. So that's my
It's exciting.
one
though.
FO.
Proud of
And
you.
the other one
Those
I-
are just vanilla socks. You just did the vanilla K Jones, or not K Jones. K.
the
Her name's
crazy
Kay,
fox
too.
lady.
Crazy socks lady.
Socks lady.
Crazy fox lady.
Crazy sock.
We've got
lady.
foxes on the brain. You just bought a bunch of cute little fox
Yeah, I did.
decorations for Halloween.
And what Alice,
Oh.
she has her little foxy, so it's like, oh.
Yeah, we talk about foxes a lot around here.
Yeah. And I made a retro blouse.
It's actually cuter on than I expected.
Yeah. It really fits well. And I got the fabric because it's cool.
That fabric reminds me of like an old apron.
Well, yeah, it does kind of. I mean, it's little cherries. So I couldn't find cherry buttons, so I got the little round shank buttons.
Oh, they're perfect for it.
Yeah. And I even made the buttonholes. I was worried about making the buttonholes because
Look, it looks like my shirt I'm wearing.
it does. It's hard to make buttonholes sometimes on machines. They don't always look good, but I was real careful. I've done a pretty good job with the buttonholes. So
She showed me that shirt and I was like, oh
yeah,
no.
she goes, oh no. And Laura, my oldest daughter, says, well, it's cute, but it looks a little retro. And it does look retro.
Retro's, I mean, it's kind of stylish right now.
I haven't worn it yet,
But she showed it to me. You tried it on for me. And oh, the sleeves. How cute.
yeah.
And I thought, okay, well,
Yeah, the sleeves.
I wouldn't have thought, but it actually looks,
just has elastic
Cute.
on the top part, and it doesn't have elastic down here,
I
so
like
they're real
that.
floppy. And
I mean, honestly, that does look like a shirt you could buy.
yeah,
Like, you did a really good job on all the finishing.
I
on
did a
that.
pretty good job
Yeah.
on it.
You
Yeah.
did. Like, it doesn't look like a homemade shirt.
Not too bad.
It's cute. I like it.
And I've got a dress in the making. I'm not going to show it. Maybe when I get it done, I will. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of trying to, do a little
Get back into
and
clothes
just
again.
getting those.
You were real into it there for a while, and then you kind of quit.
Yeah, I'll get back into it. I mean, I am kind of back into it.
Yeah.
And I said it was over the quilts, but I'm not. So I'm quilting again. Sewing.
Mhm.
Piecing. Not quilting. Piecing quilts.
Oh, yes.
No, I'm
quilt
not
topping.
quilting them.
Quilt
Yeah.
topping.
Topping, making the tops. That's my only FOs.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll do whips then.
Okay.
Whips. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
go ahead.
I have 3 to show. So this one, I started this pullover last summer. I think it's been I think it's been exactly a year.
Yeah, because we were in Michigan.
We were in Michigan for the wedding, and that was like literally
August.
a year ago.
Yeah, literally.
It was like
exactly.
August, wasn't it like August 10th or something like that? 12th?
Yeah,
It was just like 2 or 3 days ago. Anyway,
I didn't wish him happy anniversary. Forgot.
I seen it on Instagram. I think I liked the picture.
Shoot.
I know, I'm not the best at that stuff. Anyway, so this is the soundtrack pullover by Marie Green. And there's like literally my inspiration for colors because I really liked it. I bought this pattern and yarn and everything at the yarn store in Saginaw when we were there and couldn't wait and came home and started it. At my
Oh, yeah,
sister's
that
house.
was your actual yarn you bought that day.
Uh-huh, yep. And I'm worried this is going to be too small, so hopefully when it blocks it'll...
Man.
I know, it's little.
It does look little.
So it's... Of course I didn't do a gauge swatch or anything, but I don't do that stuff.
Might be a Christmas gift for somebody.
No way. I think it'll block and be a fitted shirt type sweater.
Yeah.
It won't be an oversized, big fluffy thing. But I always make my sweaters too big. Always.
I
That's going to
always
be the
do,
problem
too.
with the next one I'm showing you. It's huge.
Yeah.
So it looks really small, but maybe it'll just be perfect after I block it. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, so here's how far along I am. I still have a number of inches of the body. And this is like a sport weight yarn, so it is slow moving. And I do believe,
Small needles.
5
6.
or 6. 5. Yeah, small needles. I had this marker in here, and I don't really know what it means. So I think it may be where I was when I showed you guys last time, but I don't exactly know. But regardless, when I started re-knitting it again these last few weeks, that's where I started. So that's how much I've put on it. This has been like my bedtime knitting. That's how much I've put on it in the last probably 2 months. 6 weeks. It's probably when I started knitting it again. And I really have just been knitting it at night in bed, listening to my books and stuff. So, yeah, my yarn is, oh goodness. Oh, I don't know what the colored yarn is. Here's this.
Butternut.
Oh, here it is. I got it. I think.
Reverb.
Yeah, so it's Cascade Reverb. So it's a recycled yarn. And the color nut, oh my gosh. You got me saying butternut. The color, it doesn't say. It just says it's number 5.
Oh, shoot.
So anyway, it's a butternut color.
Let's call it butternut.
Butternut, yeah. Color nut. Let's call it color nut. And then the stripy stuff is this. I'm not even going to try to tell you because it's like in German or something. And
sorry about that.
I can't.
I'm not going to tell you.
Here you go. If you care, whoop, that's what it is. So it's really pretty, like pretty. I don't know if I have like a skein of it in here to like show it. Oh, here we go. This is what it kind of reminds me of, that like dyed in the wool stuff that oh, what's that really popular dyed in the wool spin cycle? It kind of reminds me of that type of yarn. So when it knits, it kind of stripes, but it's also got that variegated thing going on at the same time. And since it was in the stripes too, it just looks really pretty in the sweater. I really like it. Like, I don't know if you can really see how it kind of, the colors like change, but very cute. I really hope it can fit me. I need to lose about 20 pounds. That'd be,
don't we all?
Yeah, that'd be good. But you know, can't count on that for stuff. Anyway, so that's my one sweater whip. I'm really like bored with my 2 sweaters that I'm working on right now. Like super bored. They're both in a depressing part.
Mine are that way too.
A non-fun, depressing part. Okay, now here is the dilemma with this one.
I've got something I forgot to bring. You talk. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, all right. I showed this months and months ago, and I've done a little work on it, but not much. So this sweater is my Zalctis pullover by Zanette Knits. And the yarn is all Rowan. I paid good money for this yarn, and I really want this sweater to be nice. I don't remember, let's see what the colorways are. But I do have them here somewhere. Yes, okay. So the gray is Rowan Mordell, and the color is ash. And the pink is Woolstock Worsted Blue Sky Fibers. Quartz crystal. So, got this yarn on vacation last fall. Me and my husband went to Covington, Kentucky, and they have a little yarn store there. And I was so excited to buy this yarn and make this beautiful sweater with it. Well, it's way too big. And it's supposed to be oversized, but I mean, this is like oversized. And I don't know if I'm going to like it. That's the problem. So, let me try it on for everybody here. I don't know which one's the front, which one's the back, honestly.
That looks like
this is the front.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's supposed to be oversized, which, okay, all right, fine. I can deal with that.
You haven't ripped it out?
No, I haven't done anything with it yet. I don't know yet what I'm going to do.
I love the turtleneck thing.
I don't. And I'll tell you why. Here in a second.
I'd be hot as far as I was concerned, but
okay, I need to
it's pretty.
Stand up.
Really cute.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. But I'm like, should I just rip it out and start over at this point? Because I don't know if it's going to work out for me. Okay, so I don't like this. That the band is way too tight compared to how the sweater fits. And I think the sweater was knit on a 5 and the band was knit on a 2.
Wow,
I think the band needs to be knit on either a 5 or a 4. I need suggestions from you guys. Like, what should I do about that? How do I do not want it to do that at all.
I thought you decided you was going to rip it out to about right here.
I went through all kinds of different.
And not make the band as tight.
I went through all kinds of different, like, what should I do's in my head. That's why I haven't ripped it out and done anything yet, because I just don't know.
Right.
Okay, so since I last showed it, I don't think I had the body done last time at all. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I definitely didn't have the neck. So So since I last showed it, I've done the neck. So the neck was also knit on a size 2, and it's too tight. I cannot stand it. And it makes the sweater so big. Look what it does to the...
Oh, yeah.
Because the neck's too tight.
But you can rip that neck out and just put a regular band.
I know. It was so much work.
Well, I mean, if you're not going to wear it.
I don't mind having a collar, but I want my turtleneck collars to fit like
Loose.
like this. Not like
almost
that.
A cow. That's what you like.
Yes. So I'm thinking about, I've honestly contemplated if I should just rip the whole sweater out because it's too big. It's way too big.
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be big.
It is, but it just, am I going to like it?
And I think it's this is your problem. If you know, let's say you did this or something, and it wasn't so tight.
Well, I don't want it to lose length. I like the length.
Oh, I thought you wanted it a little shorter.
No, I don't think so.
I think it needs to be a hair shorter.
Maybe I did talk about that once. I think you're right.
I think it does.
But I don't like that. But is that just because of the band bringing it in? See how it like ripples like
I think it's
all the way
partly
across?
that band. But if you ripped it out to here, then you could
Side shape.
side shape a little, and then don't make this tight. Just make it looser.
Okay, so let me ask you guys. If I side shape this, do I okay, I'd have to start obviously after the pink here because I don't want to mess up my color work, like, you know, the way it comes out. So I side shape and then like decrease, and then increase again until for the band, like to make it go like.
It won't do that because it's too big here.
Okay.
I think it'd be better just to decrease it some, make it more of a straighter sweater,
Okay.
but just a little bit in.
And then instead of knitting this on a 2, maybe knit it on
See,
a
look,
4.
when I do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, then knit that on something bigger, even the same size.
Because I just want this to like hang. I don't want it to really, I want it to come in just a tiny bit, but I don't really want it to like cinch.
Just a size down from this.
Yeah, so maybe a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions, throw them out there because I really don't know. And then the neck, I definitely have to take the neck off.
You gotta take that out.
I can't. It's so itchy. This yarn's woolly wool anyway. It's so itchy. I mean, it looks pretty.
Well, it does this.
But it's going to choke me, and I don't like this. Yeah.
You sure it's not the back?
Yes, I'm sure. It's just the sweater's too big.
Yeah.
The sweater's too big. And maybe when I block it, maybe that'll help that. And I could steam it just to see.
And I think a little narrow.
Oh, but it's choking me right now. I can barely breathe wearing it.
Well, I think
the neck's got to go.
A regular little
That neck was so much work. So much work.
Well, so was the bottom.
The whole sweater.
You gotta rip.
Yeah. But it's kind of so far past now that I'm kind of like, I'm over that. Like, depressing. Like, oh, I just finished this. You know, I don't want to rip it out. I'm kind of past that. I want to wear it.
Yeah, I had to get beyond that.
Had to get through that like whole, like the trauma of wasting all that time. So anyway, I am contemplating on what to do about that sweater. So those are my 2 sweater whips, and they're both depressing right now. The orange one's depressing, or the yellowish one's depressing because
Knitting is supposed to be relaxing and fun.
that's why I did all my small projects for a while, because I needed something else. Whew, that sweater got me dry. It's woolly.
Pretzels are making you thirsty.
Yeah. But yeah, the yellow one's depressing because it's in a boring part and it's I'm worried that it's going to be too small. And the gray one's depressing for all those other reasons that we just talked about. So I cast on something else last night.
So yeah, you'll have something fun.
Something fun.
Something that's not boring.
So I'm making another kid's sweater. I'm making my girls' coats. And I made this coat last winter for one of my nephews. And it was so beautiful. And it had a zipper. And it had the 2 pockets in the front, you know. But the yarn I used real thick yarn, and it like hurt my hand so much to knit that coat. So the yarn I bought to make my girls a version of it is not as dense. This is Brava by Knit Picks. Do I have a skein of it laying around? Do you see a skein of it laying around anywhere here? I thought I brought another whole skein of it, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, I can't remember the colorway, but it's
Plum.
a bulky weight yarn. Knit Picks Brava, and it's an acrylic yarn. There's a little bug in there, a little gnat.
It's set under the light.
Yeah,
the light's on at night. Yeah.
So the pattern is the children's bulky neck down jacket, knitting pure and simple. And it doesn't have a hood. It just has a nice collar. It's got 2 pockets and a zipper.
How do the
really
really
nice.
hats look with it?
The Bluey hats don't really match it, but they're Paw Patrol hats that I made them.
Oh, they do.
They match the yarn. Yeah. So, yeah, this is as far as I've gotten on that. But it'll go fast. I mean, this was like a half an hour worth of work.
Yeah.
So it'll be fast. And this yarn is not as thick, so it's not hurting.
Big needles and bulky yarn.
Yep, size 10 needles, bulky yarn.
And that's that same yarn like I bought that bright red.
Yes.
And I don't know what to do with it right now.
Yes.
Eventually I will.
So I'm currently working. I have more whips at home, but I'm not working on any of them right now. So those are my current working on projects.
I just have the ones that I'm working on.
Yep.
Are you ready for me?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Well, I am working on this one. I showed it before.
Oh, pretty.
It is the, what's it called?
Is it Knitting Pure and Simple too?
Yeah,
Probably has a very simple name.
it does. Okay, my pattern's
Women's
on.
cardigan or something like that.
Neck down summer cardigan. But I might
I think you should make it long sleeve.
sleeves. It depends on how much yarn I have.
Yeah.
It might end up being 3/4 sleeves. I'll just have to do both yarns at the same arms at the same time.
Oh. Or just,
Some people weigh the yarn,
yeah.
how much yarn you got left, and then you know how much is half of that weight.
Yeah.
And you know how much to use.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's got this really pretty raglan little eyelets things.
Mm-hmm.
So since last time, I'm not even sure I had it.
I don't think you did.
I still had some eyelets to do. I was just in the yoke last time.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about it. So I've got quite a bit of work done on it. It's fairly fast too, but I mean, it's in the body, and it's just takes forever
And
to
it's
get those.
knit, pearl.
Yeah, get those inches. done.
That yarn, Universal Yarns, something tweed or
Here, I got a thing of it.
deluxe worsted tweed.
Yep. Bye.
Universal Yarn. What's the color?
Yeah. Well, it should tell
It
here.
looks like a robin egg blue.
Well, let's just see if you're right. Cloud blue.
Pretty.
It's got some browns, flecks of brown, and I think black or navy.
Mm-hmm. Kind of has a grayish hue to it.
Mm-hmm. It's a gray blue. Okay. And the other one that I'm working on, I haven't done a whole lot to it lately, but Mallory helped me. It's the
Autumn League.
Autumn League, and you know it is knit separate.
Well,
Front
the
and
original,
back.
she has modified the pattern, actually.
Oh, has she?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well, my pattern, you're
the
supposed to
original
knit
one.
it separate and then mattress it together or whatever. So I couldn't remember what we did to ours the first time. But anyway, Mallory got it going for me, and that's as far as I've got on it. She got it going
Like under the arms.
under the arms so that I can just knit. And that's where I'm at there. So I really haven't got much done since I showed it last time.
And this yarn is the Cotton Jeans Lion brand in the charcoal or whatever, black.
And when I do get the body done, I'm going to do that neck because that neck looks so big. And
I know, I couldn't stand it when I made mine either.
yeah, it's got to be made. So that's the two things I am knitting.
That sweater's on my list of things to fix at my house.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Did you ever try mine on to see if it just fits
Yeah,
you?
that was too big.
Yeah, mine just turned out too big. Too
So-
big and too short.
I hope this one's not the same because it feels floppy, kind of like yours.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. And then last time I showed these fabrics, okay, for a quilt, and I was going to do another pattern. Changed my mind like 3 times. So I went to a fabric store with my friend Linda, and I got more fabric, and I got a yard of the collars to make up the collars I needed for the other quilt I was making. So when I
The
get
other
home,
pattern.
the other pattern. So when I get home, and I was still going through because I really wasn't settled on it, and I found this one. I sent it to my daughter because I'm making it for someone, her family, and she said, "Oh yeah, I like that one." So it looks like waves. It's a Bargello quilt, and I have never made a Bargello quilt,
It's really cool.
and I don't know what the name is. It's called Ocean Waves Bargello Quilt. So I'm making the large one. And that takes 10 different fabrics, and you make 10 different tubes. I don't know. Anyway, I've got the fabric all cut out.
Okay. Looks
I'm
complicated.
getting ready to sew. I think it's not as complicated as it looks. So I'm getting ready to sew that. So I'm kind of working on that.
Cool.
And that's it as far as whips.
Okay. Well, looks like you have a future project there that you might
I do. Okay. I have been looking.
I think you're actually going to make this.
At this pattern. I've been wanting to crochet a sweater instead of knit. So I watched this lady. She has a tutorial on it. And I think it'd really go fast.
I'm sure. Oh, yeah.
So another friend had a recent birthday, and she gave me X amount of dollars for Joanne Fabrics. And I told her, so I'm going to go and buy the yarn, just acrylic yarn.
Buy some nice acrylic, though.
Like Lion Brand has some really nice.
What's the
There's
gauge?
a Lion Brand.
What's the gauge on that?
You can either buy DK or worsted.
Oh, okay.
And her suggestions of was Mary Maxim stuff. But then she gave other suggestions if you wanted to use different yarn. This Lion Brand, I can't remember the name of it right now.
I almost feel like that'd be nice in cotton.
Probably would be.
I've never crocheted with cotton though, so I don't know.
I don't know either. And I can't see it, but there was a Lion Brand she suggested too, and it's a, it's a stripy yarn. It stripes as it goes.
Okay, what's it called again? The pattern? It's called Granny Pop V-neck sweater by NJ's Off the Hook Designs.
Yeah. She thinks I'll feel big in it because it's bulky looking. That's what you said.
Yeah, that's why I think maybe I wouldn't use like worsted acrylic yarn. I would use like a baby weight or
I'll just go to Joann's and see what I see.
Yeah, or cotton or something with smoothness to it and not just fuzzy acrylic.
More like silky.
This is acrylic.
This looks really silky.
Yeah, and I just feel like that would be too...
But that's a 5.
I know, but the texture of it is too...
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
Well, she's got one suggestion in here for a type. So, anyway, that's just like a future knit, but...
Future project.
Future project.
That's all you got in the future? I don't have anything lined up in my future right now. I'm just going to do those coats. That's my future right now.
Yeah.
I gotta get one of those sweaters for me done before I start another sweater for me. Because I've been putting those 2 sweaters off for a long time.
Yeah, and I need to get to working on my Jenny jacket.
Oh, yeah. You need to wear that this fall.
Yeah, that probably won't happen this fall, but it might happen early winter.
Maybe.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. It's all right.
Oh, wait. That's what my girl's saying. Oh, wait.
All right.
Wait. All right. Well, you have an acquisition. I have an acquisition, so let's do that real quick. I just picked up some more of this stuff at Joann's the other day. It was on sale for like $5. And you get a lot of yardage. You have 492 yards of sock yarn. So I don't know if I'll make a lime green pair of socks, but I might use it for heels, toes, cuffs,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Sure.
It's that soft stuff that I made those lacy purple things out of. And
yeah.
I don't know how well it'll hold up, but it's got nylon in it.
What is it? So. It's got nylon?
Yeah, superwash and it's polyamide.
Oh, yeah.
Which is I think that's a type of like plastic too. So I don't know. I haven't really worn it yet, but we'll find out. Oh, I have. My little shorty green socks, the heels, toes, and cuffs, and those are that purple yarn.
Oh, okay.
They seem to be fine. So.
Good.
Yeah, but it was so cheap, I couldn't resist. That's the only thing I've really bought, other than I bought all that yarn to make those Bluey and Bingo hats, but that was just, I don't even know. Joanne, Big Twist, and Red Heart, and whatever looked good with the colors. Karen Simply Soft, I think, was in there too. Bought those yarns, but, no other fancy yarn. Never bought this time.
Well, I've been busy doing canning.
We'll show this.
Well, I'm doing my canning.
Okay.
Green beans and tomato juice. Da-da-da. And daughter Becky, today, for my birthday, look at these can lids. Now, see that? I just think that's really cute. Some people go, that's stupid. I think it's adorable.
It is cute.
So I told her, I'll have to make some jams and jellies.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to make jams and jellies. I haven't made any for a few years.
Well,
not since those jams and jellies I made years ago. And then also the little black and white flats.
Which you could just get white rings or something.
I'll get white rings or just use silver ones or whatever. Anyway, oh, that was cute. And then, like I say, I had my birthday. Okay, Julie, this was on the steps one day. Amazon special. So I have one.
But it's junk.
It's junk. It makes me mad because every time I try to do it, it'll go fly off.
Well, and it spins the yarn different.
Yeah.
It just makes a weird cake. I don't know.
Yeah, so I did one on it. I should have showed my cake. Anyway, I did one and it worked great.
And that's the Lacey's.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to tell me.
LACI.
Okay.
Lacey's yarn.
It probably tells down here too.
It's a nice one. You can tell it's like sturdy, heavy duty.
Yeah, it didn't even budge on the table.
That's the one I have. I love it. Looks great.
So I have a nice good one there. And one, Laura got me a new cutting mat.
I seen that sitting there, but I didn't know.
And a couple of yards of fabric, bandana and red bandana, red gingham. So I'll come up with a quilt someday for that.
Fun.
Yeah. You got me a pair of jeans, but
yeah.
Is that it?
I don't know.
I don't either.
That's it for me.
Oh no, Connie's.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And my friend Connie, she went on a local quilt hop. I think that's what they're called.
Okay.
Quilt hop, where they go around to all the different quilt stores in southern Indiana. It was southern Indiana. I think they went all the way from like Vincennes to Madison and in between. It took like two days, I think.
Wow.
So that every quilt shop had the same quilt blocks. You know, they all agreed to these same quilt blocks. But each, I think a lot of times each store would maybe put it together different.
Okay.
Because my friend Linda, when we went to our local, which is an hour or so away, local, they had their version, and it was different than the one here. But anyway, so she bought me each of the squares. And in each little square, you've got the pattern and the fabric to make that. So there's 1, 2, 3, I think there's 10.
Wow, that's awesome.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 quilt blocks. And I think
what are the quilt blocks? Show one.
Okay, like, here's one. They're all like flower based.
Okay.
I think.
Looks like they're all a basket.
They're all a basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's a different basket.
They're all different.
Yeah. That's cool.
Just made a little different.
So how big of a quilt will that make? Like a twin?
I think they're 12-inch. Seems like we seen somewhere where it said.
Okay.
I was thinking they were 12-inch blocks. I don't know exactly how I'll put them together. The one Linda is going to do has a big star in the middle, and then these are all around it.
Okay.
But I won't make that one. I'll make it different. And then this is the fabric to make, you know, the sashings and border.
That's really pretty. I like that fabric. Cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, so yeah.
I haven't seen that. You didn't tell me that.
Oh,
that's cool.
Okay. I think Laura was here that day.
Oh, yeah.
Or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so she got me that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it for us for this time, and hopefully next time I'll have maybe something done on one of those sweaters. I don't know. What are you going to try to have done next time?
Well, I've been trying really hard to do that summer cardigan.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get it done. I'm trying to get it done before I would ever start another sweater. Maybe.
Oh, excuse me. I know. It's so hard not to cast on. Like last night, I was like, oh, I don't want to work on anything that I have. I'm going to start something new.
Well, my quilt, you have to cut 18 of each 10 pieces of fabric. You have to cut 18 2.5-inch strips. And then you sew 10 tubes. I'll have 18 tubes of 10 pieces of fabric.
You lost me a long time ago.
Okay. So I might have some of them done, some of that together by next time.
When you start talking like that.
Because this has to be, I mean, this is a Christmas gift. And in order to get it into a quilter, it'll have to be done, you know.
Yikes.
Recent time,
you know,
good enough time. Yeah, I'm excited about doing it, so.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Other than that, I don't know. My garden's about done.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
It takes up a lot of time.
I
have no interest in having a garden. Way too much work.
It is a lot of work. I don't do mine perfect.
I
got a lot of stuff out of it.
I used to love like flowers, my flowers. I'd go out there in the morning and I'd take my cup of coffee and I'd have my robe and my like house shoes or whatever, and I'd just walk around in the morning on Saturday and just look at all my flowers. Just see what bloomed, from the night before. And now I'm like,
since the kids, it's
I
like
hope they die, because I don't want to take care of them. I don't want to prune them. I don't want to mulch. Since I've had the kids.
Well, your one flower garden is getting so big, it's at the point to where you're going to have to do something.
Something's got to be dug out of there.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I'm not very good with flowers either.
I
like
used
to
to
grow
love it.
vegetables.
And I think I will love it again
flowers.
one day.
Maybe.
One day.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I do not. All right. Well, I don't know when we'll see you again, but
Hopefully
we will
soon.
see you again.
We will. We'll be back.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.